This is a U.S.-China media brief produced by the UCLA Asian American Studies Center.
在这些项目里面，我们也做一些，除了这些空间以外，还做一些工作坊。那么这些工作坊呢，主要是帮助一些社区领袖，还有一些社区居委会的干部，以及一些我们其他的 NGO， 然后做一些培训，让他们怎么配合社区开展一些工作。
So while doing all these projects, we also emphasizing on community capacity building by providing various kind of training or workshops. And we focus on three groups of people. One is the lower level, the grassroots level leaders of the community residence committee. They are the key gatekeepers. And also we identify informal leaders from the communities, bring them into these training sessions. And thirdly, we also train people, leader and working staff from other NGOs so that they could bring our model to other places.
那么第二个案例，我想介绍一下北京中城区的一个，它是利益多元的这么一个合作项目。那么这是这里面有有那个北京市规划局的，还有我们的街道办事处的领导。
So in this second case, I want to emphasize the first one, emphasize the importance and the cultivation of public space. But this one shows our efforts to build this multi-partner collaboration model. For instance, the woman in the center is a middle-range cadre from the city planning committee. And the gentleman next to that woman is from the sub-district government. How big is the sub-district? This one happened to be the smallest one in Beijing City, has a population of 1 million.
那么这是一个，还有这个大学的，政法大学的一些关注公共参与城市规划的这样的一些教授。
So that several individuals on the other end of the table are professors from Chinese universities, and they pay more attention to. They are interested and concerned with the public participation, community building.
那么这是一个关于城市规划，因为城市问题已经就是城市规划问题已经直接影响到了居民的一些冲突和政府的冲突，所以政府开始呢希望能够把这个规划让老百姓去讨论。那么这个项目呢就是要准备去做这样的一些事情。
So because nowadays increasingly China is changing very fast, building very fast. So all this urban planning results in conflicts. All kinds of conflicts between ordinary people and the local communities, local governments and the central government. Therefore, even the Beijing government, Chinese government wanted to minimize the conflicts, and that's why we are trying to find a niche and promote this model.
那么这是一个政府邀请我们去做的一件事，因为政府想怎么能够把规划进社区，他们开始和我们一起讨论，开了一个研讨会。但是这个研讨会都是我规划好了给社区看一下，那么我就说这不对，参与是在规划以前再介入。
So in the past, what the government did was they would do the planning themselves. When everything finished, they bring the plannings into the community, telling the people this is what we are going to do, and that caused a lot of misunderstanding, unsatisfactions, and conflict. Therefore, we told the government that this is not the right way. The right way is to have a public participation before urban planning and during the process.
那么政府不知道怎么样和老百姓去讨论这样的一些问题，他们也很害怕跟老百姓直接的面对面。那么在我们的建议下，就召开了这么 open space 这个开放空间的讨论会。
But the government officials are afraid of doing this because they didn't know how to deal and talk with ordinary people face to face. Therefore, we started with this cultivation of open public space, having this kind of forum in the community, bring the government officials into community.
可能听起来你们觉得很容易，但是这个可能是中国第一个，这是城市规划让老百姓来进行讨论的这么一个会议。
It may sound nothing unusual or extraordinary to you guys, but I can tell you, in China, this is a historical change. It never happened before that the government would walk into the community, listen to community members what they want.
那么我们要第一次邀请了80几个这个居民，包括我们的区里的区长、3个区长、市规划委的领导，全部都参加了这个活动。
So in this first open space forum, we invited more than 80 members from the community, which is going to be affected by this planning project, and 3 district leaders, the top leaders, and also cadres from the municipal government, and bring them together.
那么这个 Open Space 的这个会议程序是，第一步是先收集大家的想法，然后呢是小组讨论。你究竟这个你的想法应该怎么去有哪些问题？然后第3步呢，就是大家要一起来达成共识，找到大家觉得最重要的。
So our working procedure is step 1 to collecting ideas from every member of the community. And second is to bring them into small group discussions. Through these small group discussions, you reach to a certain consensus, and eventually we bring people together to build up the community-wide consensus.
那么最后一步呢，就是
This slide shows the second step.
对，我们要一起来制定行动计划，因为我们光有想法不行，我们一定要行动。
So once the consensus is being reached, people would make the planning action planning together. Specific planning. Here's the third step to reach to the consensus, and then by voting on all these issues on the wall.
把大家所有提出来的一些问题，经过讨论以后，放在这个墙上，然后大家一起去看一看哪些最重要，我们需要我们去做的，然后大家投票，因为这个投票的过程也是一个大家民主训练的过程，最后选出票数最多的几个可以去做的事情，开始做行动计划。
All these, we put all the issues that brought up by community members and then put them on the wall. And then through small group discussions, the community members would vote, and then we synthesize their voting, and then having the final action plan. We also realize this is the way of promoting a democratic procedure at the grassroots level.
那么这个是大家在做行动计划。
This is a slide that shows they put it together, they began to make specific action plans.
那么我们跟政府合作这样的一些讨论会的时候，我们有一个前提，就是如果要开展这样一个讨论会，一定它要有后续，一定要去做。就是
One
居民提出来的
precondition
想法
we
一定要做。
negotiated with the government is that if you want us to do this with you guys, you have to promise you will follow up. Because it's a typical Chinese government behavior. In order to meet one quota, they do this one-shot thing and then never care afterwards. So we want to commit them for follow-up activities.
所以这些是他们回去以后继续再做一些讨论，究竟要什么样的一些计划。那么这个是已经制定出来的一些建筑图、一些方案图，
So that
再给
shows
他们去修改。
once the action plan being made, the government bring them back to the communities to further specify and refine them. Here is the specific blueprint of that particular community project being brought back to community members to have a second screening.
所以在这样的一个行动中，我们首先就是政府你必须要做，然后第二点就是我们的所有的利益相关方要全过程的参与。
So our principle is number 1, the government has to commit yourself to do this throughout. Second is all relevant stakeholders would participate throughout the entire process. That's what we insist, these 2 points.
那这是我们的合作的第3个案例。那么这个案例呢，它是在四川地震灾区我们去做的。那么通
So
过这样
this third case shows our model could be used in some other places even under urgency. This shows what the work we did in the quick area after the earthquake in Sichuan last year.
The preceding copyrighted program is the property of the University of California, Los Angeles. All rights reserved. It may be used freely for educational and not-for-profit activities. For other uses or to make an inquiry, please contact the Asian American Studies Center at UCLA.